Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another jungle tutorial. For today, we're gonna be playing Lilia, and here I'm gonna show you the tips and tricks, do's and don'ts, and advantages, disadvantages when playing this champion. And of course, our first and default play is to always switch to your control ward the opposite side on where you wanna start, then immediately recall and switch back to your sweeping trinket. That way, we prevent any level 1 invades, and we can react accordingly if in case someone wants to go for a steal. So with Lilia, she is a late game jungler that needs a lot of farm before becoming strong. So our win condition is to focus on farming, focus on ourselves, and try to get as much gold as possible. With the start of the clear, we're gonna go for a blue start into a full clear. Blue, no matter what side you start on, because Lilia is very mana dependent, and clearing the blue buff will increase our mana and reduce our cooldown, helping our clear become faster. One tip when playing Lilia jungle is when doing a double clear, usually just want to pull it once it's low. There's nothing much else that you could do. Her initial clear is a bit slower, but as you get items, it should be a lot faster. The only time that you want to gank with Lilia is when there is a lane that's guaranteed to die. Like, you don't want to waste your time ganking a 50-50 lane. As much as possible, you'd always want to clear your camps before going for any possible gank. Luckily, the matchup is against Kha'Zix, so Kha'Zix is also weak early game, so we shouldn't expect any invades anytime soon. So as you saw here, Raptors plus red buff. Once the Raptors is low, you go and double clear with the red. Similarly here, once the red is low, you can just pull it, go for the double clear. That's pretty much all you can do with Lilia. And another thing is that you go for 2 points in first skill to make your clear a little bit faster. So even though Kha'Zix is a good matchup in the early game, it's gonna be a bit hard because if we're out of position, then Kha'Zix can one-shot us. Anyway, since the bot cut was taken, that means that Kha'Zix started on the top side. So he's currently at the blue buff or Gromp. His clear is not fast, so it's impossible that he's able to go for a full clear plus Scuttle. And if in case that the bottom's cut is taken, you just recall, go to the top Scuttle, and once you get this, there shouldn't be any problem. You just equalize, everything's back to normal. So another thing here, after clearing the top Scut, there's nothing else to do. And one tip is, if the enemy jungler started at the red side, the Krugs will always spawn at about 230. So since there's nothing else to do, I try to look for a gank mid. And I have one more stack of smite. And since Jax has priority, so Krugs is about to spawn, which is perfectly. Just take it for free. Go for the smite. If in case Kha'Zix is there, just take the Krug. Leave the 2 small Krugs and you're chillin'. So we get a free counter jungle, which is really nice. We want to get as much farm as possible. I ping the topside Jax as I know Kha'Zix is there. And as soon as there's a fight, I try to help. Jax buying a lot of time. Naxos Kha'Zix not the strongest. So first kill, flash, get the 2-man sleep. Bang, perfect. And that's what you want to do when you play Lilia. You just go for counter ganks. Really good start for us. That's what we want to do. And since the Kha'Zix is dead, we know that he started topside. So red buff and Raptors is gonna be up. But since Syndra is there to contest, I'll just play it safe. We'll get the Raptors instead. Because if we take the red buff, it's gonna take too long. Especially since I don't have a stack of smite. So we get 2 camps of the Kha'Zix plus a kill. It's like one of the perfect starts that you can have for Lilia. You just wanna go for calculated plays as much as possible. Because Lilia's power spike, true power spikes at 3 items, but at 2 items you could do some stuff. 1 item is very weak. So go for the double clear, and another thing that you have to hope for is that you have winning lanes. Because if you have losing lanes with Lilia, then you have no choice but to farm and pray the opponent throws so that your team can come back. So that's the problem with hyper-scaling junglers like Lilia compared to early game like Lee Sin. They can just keep ganking, but with Lilia, you have to focus more on yourself rather than your teammates. So go for the double clear. You could second skill over the wall. Go for the red buff, and the bot lane is not doing too hot. But at least our Jax should be ahead. Same with the Lissandra. They should have the winning matchup because they are scaling. Okay, there's a Ziggs here. I make a mistake of not waiting my smite, because what happens here is that... But I didn't want to use my smite since the objective is about to spawn. But it's fine. I'm still rich. So we go for the recall. And another tip with Lilia if you cannot finish the Riftmaker on one back, which is 90% of the chance, the next best thing is to spam Amplifying Tomes. The reason why I spam Amplifying Tomes is because it gives me the biggest power spike for the first objectives, and as a late game jungler, you need all of the early game power that you need. Because if you buy the two small items, it doesn't give us much AP compared to buying all the Amplo Tomes, plus you get to use all of the Tomes later. Okay, Kha'Zix check. We don't see the Kha'Zix there, so we just go for the Herald. I should have just went for it, because Lissandra didn't have ulti yet, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, now they take Dragon, and yeah, they bought some time. This might be a bit scary, but nice 2-man stun by the Jax. Just focus on objective. We see their entire team is on the way. So we try to take some guy. Get the first kill. Bam. Okay. And we are out. 5 top, by the way. So we have to go back. I can't do anything. Just poke them a bit. Slow them. But at least my Jhin is taking the bot tier tower. So 2 for 2 trade. 1 for 1 objective exchange. But what's good here is that Jin's getting 3 plates bot. And I get a free Herald mid. So seeing that their jungler's topside, I know that I could get a lot of plates. There's gonna be no contest. So once we get at least 4 plates, beautiful. And we see their jungler topside. That's why I'm trying to look for an invade. If I can take blue buff, Gromp, or yep, I take the Gromp. So perfect. And we just go out because we know the Kazi is gonna path bot once he goes back to base. Okay, we continue our farm. So this is perfect rotation. We take the Herald, get plates mid, get an invade, and then we go back and clear our entire jungle. So as much as I want to go back and buy Riftmaker, farming is more important. I want to clear my camp so that I'm able to go around the map while waiting for them to respond. So my plan here is to go for a full clear, and then if top is not gankable, then I just go back and buy Riftmaker. So this should give me my spike. You're still able to complete your first item, so don't worry about spamming buying Amplifying Tome because you're gonna use them all anyway later on. So I see a big fight topside, so it's one of the rare times I leave the camp to help because I have full stacks on passive. So we go for the Nasus, very good counter gank, get the kill, and we go back to our camp clearing. So later I'm gonna tell you, actually I'm just gonna tell you now, the most important tip when playing Lilia jungle. You always want to have full stacks on your passive. You see there below, it's just 4. So you always want to have 4 max stacks before you go to a team fight or a gank because that's basically your mobility, and without your mobility, you're very easy to kite as a champion. So for example, there I had 4 stacks. That's why I was able to easily go to the Nasus, get the kill, and he had no way of escaping. Because if I didn't have any stacks, he's just gonna run away and I can't do anything. So that's the most important thing that you need to know when playing Lilia. You always want to go to a team fight or a gank with full stacks. So I have full stacks again. I see Kha'Zix going through. Get the sleep. Bam. Look at that damage. Holy damage. Get the on the Syndra. Get third skill. And with the you see Lilia's that's one item by the way. I don't even have my third item yet. And look at the damage potential that I have. We get the tower. Nice rotation by the Lissandra, and we get another kill. Perfect. Very by the book, and since our jungler is gone, you always want to check if you can take a camp or 2. But of course, you have to check also if the laners are there. So I know that's pretty safe. So we get the Gromp again, get the Scuttle, and we go back Rabadon. Second item is very dependent. But if some people go Liandry, some people go Trident, some people go Rabadon. My priority is you always try to go Rabadon because burst is more important. Liandry does some damage. You only go for Liandry if they have like 2 or 3 bruisers. And then you only go Trident if they have 2 or 3 people that go Stoneplate. I checked their lineup, they don't have much Stoneplate users. Maybe probably only the Nasus. And I can just get it later on, so it's no problem. Okay, Kha'Zix with a face. Oh my god, that's a problem. That's the problem with the matchup if I face check. It's pretty dangerous. Good thing we're Giga ahead, so we're able to escape. But I had to burn my flash. With that said, we go back and farm our own jungle once again. But since there's a fight upside, I might help to see if there's anything I can do. And as soon as they both go back, just go back and clear a jungle. Dragon's gonna spawn in 20. I don't have flash since I used it earlier, so it's gonna be a bit scary. So we'll see. As long as I'm able to use my Rabadon, I can just burst them with the one combo. So if you saw their lineup, I think they have only one tank, which is the Nasus. So I'm pretty confident that I don't need to go try them. So I see the Syndra Ziggs, but unfortunately, the Nasus Senna is on the left side, and this is the weakness of Lilia. You can never face check bushes by yourself, even though you have even though I'm fully stuck, because once I get stunned, I'm just dead. And they have a lot of burst. Kha'Zix, Nasus, Senna, blah blah blah. Sorry. Okay, my team though is trying to fight 4v5. I'm not confident, but if they're able to do some magic, then sure, no problem. But I don't think so. Senna's doing some damage. And that was a 3-for-1 plus dragon for them. Not the best crucial mistake, and that's something that you want to avoid when playing Lilia. You never want to face check. You barely want to be the first one in a team fight. The only time you want to go in is once you see the opponents use all of their crowd control, because your mobility is useless if you get stunned. Plus, I'm not that tanky. I have a lot of damage, but if I get stunned, it's just joke. Okay, I see the Syndra bot side, so I want to cover the Lissandra. So I try to go for the Syndra, but as soon as I don't see her, I go for the Gromp. But if you look at this positioning, this is so bad. Another face check. And that's when you don't want to invade. When you don't know where their jungler is, when their enemy team is missing, all you see is Nasus. I kind of flipped it and I lost the flip. So if the earlier invades were successful because I had complete information, that is an example why you don't want to invade without complete information. No way to escape unless you have some dashes or something. So that should be my last death because I need to prevent dying because they're probably gonna come back because they have strong scaling comps, infinite scaling Nasus, infinite scaling Senna, and the infinite wave clear Ziggs. Late game is not looking that good, even though we are Lilia is also good late game. Their late game is also strong. They're 4 scaling: Ziggs, Syndra, Nasus, and Senna. And we only have 2 with Jax, Lilia. So that's the last thing that you wanna do with make a mistake with Lilia is to face check and go in first. Okay, with 3 items, I go for Liandry third. You could go Liandry, Trident. Liandry, Rabadon, and Trident are all interchangeable. So see, we see another fight mid. So we see a lot of spells here, so this should give me more confidence to go in. So I can go in the front. Bam. But we don't have to commit too much. Nice shot by the Jhin. We got the Senna. And Nasus at the bot side. I'm thinking about going for Baron, but they have Ziggs, Kha'Zix, so it's very scary. They have such a big steal potential, and I wanted to go to the Nasus, but there's a Baron. So if I show bot, they're just gonna take Baron, especially with Kha'Zix, and they'll be able to win. So since this is a 5v3, so I'm trying to bait Baron. Hopefully they don't know, but I'm pretty sure they know. So I use the ulti on Kha'Zix. I want to take him down. I don't want to go for Baron because Kha'Zix Ziggs is not good. Luckily, my teammates didn't continue. We have to reset. I got chunked by Syndra. Yeah, see? I just face check again and then I got chunked. Luckily, Syndra, not much items yet. If I had flash, I'd wombo combo the Kha'Zix. So we just take the small wins. We get the kill on the Nasus. We get the bot tier 2. And we just go back and farm. Yeah, if there's nothing else you can farm, you can go for the lanes. Oh, Stasis is a big power spike for us. Because this allows us to do for first skill, ulti, Stasis, and after a Stasis finishes, they'll all be asleep, and then you can just do massive damage. So that's the dream combo for Lilia. And yeah, you could first skill ult, but if you're not confident, you can just go flash first skill instead of first skill flash. So sometimes you don't realize if the range reaches everyone. Okay, third dragon is gonna be up soon. Nasus is there again, and yeah, similar to what happened last time. If we commit too much on the bot side, they're gonna start Baron, and I think they are starting, so Lissandra goes in, and perfect timing. See, that's why I didn't want to go bot side. Lissandra did a good job. If I flash in, first skill, second skill, smite, bam, perfect. Oh my god, that is beautiful steal over Kha'Zix. So thank God Lissandra was able to annoy them And with that, we got the Baron we need, plus free Dragon. Unfortunately, it's not Soul, but it's fine. You always want to prioritize Herald over the first Dragon when you play hyperscaling junglers, because you need money ASAP. And Soul is just a fake confidence boost. At the end of the day, if you are out of position, you still lose. So Lissandra compliments, nice job I say you. Wow. Wow, not toxic game, wildrift. Amazing, complementing each other. I hope that happens more in my ranked games, aside from this game. Okay, Brambleback is up. I know Kha'Zix used QSS from earlier on the Baron, so this should be a free kill. Zac, boom, look at that. Bro got destroyed, by the way. Alright, okay, no Kha'Zix, we have Baron buff, so we could start to open the base. We want to play a bit more aggressive, especially since they don't have much engage. They have a lot of wave clear, not much engage. So we got the 2-man sleep. Go for the dog. Bam, got damage. Okay, Lissandra buying time. It's a tower. Okay, dog has stone plate. Okay, dodge to Ziggs ulti. Yes, it's so annoying to play against. I hate playing against Ziggs. Perma wave clear. But since Ziggs has no more spells, you could go for the push. And since there's only 2 people left, no problem. Bam. Take the mid. Put my 3rd skill damage. Another thing that's underrated about Lilia is her 3rd skill. If you're good at hitting it, it deals so much damage. Especially if you have Riftmaker plus Liang proc. Her 3rd use. Plus you could ult. Okay. You just got bursted. My 2nd skill did not connect. Okay. Big YOLO play by Mr. Kha'Zix. But at the end of the day, our Baron expires and we get triple inhibitor. Well, very rare. Usually only got minimum 1, at most 2. But this game, okay, my team did well with the Baron play. Especially against Ziggs. So what we need to do is just play properly, get the next objective. So even though there's triple inhibitor down, they have infinite wave there. So the next thing that we want to do here is secure the next objectives. Crown is very good here, because they have a lot of burst. So if they have a lot of burst, you always want to go Crown. I could have gone it 3rd item, but since I'm ahead, I'll just go 4th. Bam, Crown. That counters against a Kha'Zix, Syndra, Ziggs. There's a lot of burst that I need to dodge with Crown. It's perfect. The last item is gonna be anti-shield. It's it depends on you. You can go Cosmic, Infinity Orb. But since they have Nasus Shield, Senna Shield, so it's a bit safer to go Trident. So we can burst the dog later. Okay, Trident's gonna be up in 100 gold, so I just wanna clear mid. I hopefully no one dies before objective spawn, so yeah. This is usually the part where everyone wants to throw the game, when we wanna randomly fight like this one. So if we die here, they get double objectives and we lose, even though we have triple inhib. And 2 people just died. So we have to help the Jax. And then we try to help the Syndra. Bam. Okay, thank God she has a flash. And we kite the Nasus, we have Face Rush. So Face Rush counters the Nasus Wither, because it reduces the slow, aside from the move speed. Oh, luckily, we did not get punished as much. We lost 1 support, and we got 2 of their members. This should spell a free Baron unless there's a steal. But since no one wants to show here, I will assume that Kha'Zix might go for the Elder buff to try to go for the 1-for-1. Nice Ziggs ulti. And since no one showed Elder, we want to take this while we have the numbers advantage. Plus, our lanes are pushing. So cool, calm, and collected. No throw. Kha'Zix is missing. So I wanna skill and smite at the same time. First skill smite. Okay, we just take it. I didn't have to do anything. Okay! Go back to base, buy our last item. We have Trident now, and we could just end the game. Surely we end. If we don't end the game with this double buff, I don't know how we can end the game. So 18k gold. We are giga fed out of our mind. 1k GPM. Just walk it down mid. And look how slow I am without my passive. You always wanna get full stacks passive before you do any fight. You cannot team fight without your passive. That's why I'm trying to look for ways to get my passive up, because I can't do anything without it. My Kha'Zix, last ditch effort. So one way is to go for the neutrals. Okay, go to creeps. Okay, we have 3 stacks. Should be enough to fight now. Then big fight, bang. Clap the Senna. Ziggs to the Zonya, but we just end the game. And pretty clean, aside from those 2 times where I face checked at the bot side. 84%. 9, 2, and 4. Could have been 0, but it's fine. My team did well also, so they all deserve a like. 19k gold, 1k GPM, 29k damage. But our Jax did a lot of damage also because he was against Nasus, but it's fine. Props to my team also. Very good follow-up, and that's what you need. You need a good team, good early game, and then once you get your items, you just carry the game. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and comment down below on what champion you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Ciao, ciao. Bye.